Good evening and welcome to TV 50's coverage of Green Machine football. Tonight, Geneseo is at LaSalle-Peru to take on the Cavaliers in the final regular season of the 2013 year. Geneseo comes into this one 7-1 overall. They're atop of the West Division of the Northern Illinois Big 12 Conference at 4-0. And for LaSalle-Peru, their record says it all. They're 1-7 overall, winless in the conference at 0-4. Kickoff coming up in about 1 minute. This is Lauren Lemke. Got Bob Pettit back again tonight. Good to see you again, Coach. And Geneseo's on their way to winning a championship tonight. We're just 48 minutes away, football time-wise.
Great to be back. It's right there at the doorstep. They just have to keep from stubbing their toe here, obviously, against a LaSalle-Peru team. And going to get a clean slate right through the conference this year. It'll be first time in several years.
Clear night, 43 degrees is the kickoff temperature from Howard Fellows Stadium. Geneseo did lose the coin toss. The Cavaliers elected to defer, so Geneseo is going to receive the opening kickoff tonight.
This is more like football weather.
It feels like it.
Yeah, none of this hot stuff.
Ryan Pitra, Joey Medina inside the 10-yard line, and we're underway. A squib kick going inside the 40 and fielded by Bailey Weber at the 30. And he slides down at the 31-yard line. That's where we'll see this Geneseo offense, and we'll see who comes out here in the Geneseo backfield tonight, as we had a couple of players out last week, Lane Akery and Brandon Mislow, and we think we have Akery back tonight for Geneseo. We'll see if he plays offense as Luke Snyder comes out into the Geneseo huddle.
That squib kick by LaSalle-Peru, when they deferred, you maybe expected some kind of onside or something sneaky, but that was just kind of a squibber, and Leafs come out with good field position to start the game.
Geneseo moving to the north end zone here at Fellows Stadium. Luke Snyder under center. Motion by Ray Singbush, and Singbush gets the call, and he slides around left end for about a 5-yard gain.
Close to breaking that one. If he could have turned back against the grain, could have picked up some big yardage, but once again, picked up about 6 and got the good yardage on first down. You like that second and short. Second and 3 or 4 is always good.
Lane Akery does get the start tonight at fullback. He's number 43, had 190 yards 2 games ago, running the football and a couple touchdowns. He's joined in the backfield by Ryan Webster and also Ray Singbush, and Jordan Melke's going to split out here wide right on 2nd down and 4 is a 6-yard run by Singbush. Backs move in the backfield. Singbush goes back to the halfback position, and he'll take the toss from Snyder. Little contact in the backfield, and then Singbush gets drilled there by the cornerback for LP.
He shook off that first contact very well. Kind of gave him the limp leg again, the typical Singbush leg. But boy, he got busted right there at the line of scrimmage, and that's going to be third and 4 now. Looked like there was going to be a hole developing after he shook off that first tackle, but linebacker shot up and popped him.
Jeremy May starting at center tonight for Geneseo, number 60. He's a senior. The guards are Nathan Frankie on the right side, Rob Smith on the left, Nick Berbeck at tackle on the right, and the left tackle Mike Murray back in the lineup for Geneseo. 3rd and 4. And it's the fullback Akery who gets stuffed at the line of scrimmage. 4th down, we'll probably see the punt team for Geneseo.
This is not what you expected out of the Leafs on this initial drive. This is exactly what the LP was hoping for when they deferred on the kickoff. They were hoping they could get a stop here and get the football back. This puts them in pretty good position.
We had a light breeze blowing across the field, and punting the football is going to be Kevin Wolak. He's averaging 37 yards a punt, and he stands at his own 25-yard line. Good snap. And a high punt coming towards this sideline. It's going to be signaled a fair catch. And the ball takes a Geneseo roll, and it's stopped here at the 31-yard line by Josh Beard. So we'll see this LP offense come out. They're only averaging about 10 points per game, and Geneseo defense allowing 11.
That fits really well. All we got to do is score 12. It's going to work out just fine. The Cavaliers start here deep in their own territory. We're not too deep. It's about 30-yard line. Leafs defense is going to have to get the stop, get the ball back.
And we'll see a spread offense from LP. They'll send either 3 or 4 receivers out. They have 2 to the right, 1 to the left. And the quarterback is the coach's son. Colby Sassano will hand it off on 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line, a short run of 2 yards.
A.J. Marmion back in the lineup. Hopefully he's going to be able to help. He hasn't been healthy a lot this year, but made a nice stop right there. Lined up on the nose guard position with Acree playing the offensive fullback spot. They line up Marmion over the ball and makes a tackle about a yard deep.
Mike Murray, Mike Murray, Nick Rebeck at the tackles. The linebackers tonight, Joe Thomas gets the start at inside linebacker in place of Jacob Beath. On 2nd and 8 to throw the football. Sassano's pass is caught at the 40-yard line. Looks like a first down, and it is for the Cavaliers. Singbush making the tackle along with Joe Thomas.
Give him a little bit of a buffer there and got the first down. Pass completed just past the first down markers, probably about 9-10 yards on that play. Picked up about 10.
3 other linebackers besides Joe Thomas, Ryan Pitcher, Ryan Webster, and Kyle Patterson. And it's Singbush, Cooper Humphreys, Matt Rowley, and Trevor Craig in the secondary. 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line. Give it to the tailback, and Cooper Humphreys comes up, meets him head on, a short run of 2.
Almost fumbled that ball. Cooper did hit him hard, but on the handoff it wasn't clean. But he recovered the ball, picked up, got back just past the line of scrimmage, picked up a yard. Leafs have stopped the run, but they gave the receiver just a little bit of buffer on that first down pass.
First quarter, 8:15 to play in a scoreless game between Geneseo and LaSalle-Peru. Cavalier football, 2nd and 8 from their own 43-yard line. Give to the tailback, coming up the middle. Initial contact at the line of scrimmage, and Ryan Pitcher finishes off the tackle. He ran into A.J. Marmion up front, and it's a short run of about 3. We'll call it 3rd and 6 for LP.
A couple guys got their hands on him at the line of scrimmage there, but Pitcher finally finished him off. It looked like that ball might have got about ready to get loose again. They're really not hanging on that football very well. Turnover right here would be nice. Leafs can't afford to come out flat.
2 receivers split wide left, the wide side of the field. Sassano in the shotgun formation on 3rd and 6. Toss it out to the right, and into the backfield is Ryan Pitra to take him down, and it's a loss on the play. It'll be 4th and 8. And here comes the punt team for the Cavaliers. Matt Rowley will head back to catch this punt.
After Pitra tripped him up a little bit, Marmion finished him off, so good to see AJ in there get some good action here. That could be really handy having him in the lineup in the playoff time.
4th and 8 from the 43. Cavaliers to punt. It's a high kick. Matt Rowley signals fair catch and loses the ball. And LP had a player down there. We'll see who has come up with this loose football. It's Geneseo ball at the 30-yard line.
Well, that's what happens on a cold night. You know, it's a good time to get used to this stuff because the playoffs are going to be some cold weather. Hands are cold. It's hard to catch that ball. Maybe you got to nestle it in there. And Rowley just kind of had to come off his fingertips. Fortunately, he fell on it.
Second possession for Geneseo. They had a 3-and-out last time and had to punt the football. We're in the first quarter, 6 minutes and 42 seconds to play, and we're scoreless.
Cavaliers had 5 plays before they had to punt.
At the line of scrimmage is Snyder. He'll take the snap, give it to Ryan Webster, has an opening, cuts it back, and is brought down at the 35. We'll give him 5 yards on the play. It's 2nd and 5.
I don't know if he looked like he might have been ahead to just take that thing outside, but decided to cut back against the grain, and they collapsed on him pretty quickly. Had a nice blocking at the hole on the right offensive right side.
Matt Rowley, number 16, takes the play in from the sideline. He's in a split wide right with Singbush on the wing to the right.
Nick Verbeck, the tackle over on this side, had kicked his man out really nicely.
And it's Singbush coming around left end. Gets a block by Webster, and then looks like Singbush slipped down trying to make a cut at the 38-yard line. It's 3rd and 2.
He only had one guy to beat out there if he could have made that cut, but feet went right out from under him. We talked about that a couple weeks ago. He slipped about 2 or 3 times like his cleats are worn down.
Well, you look at this field. It's worn down too.
Well, they play soccer here, obviously,
Soccer.
and a lot of football games.
Now the sophomore team tonight did win 56-0. I know they did kind of wear out this field a little bit too, going up and down there, scoring 8 touchdowns. It's 3rd and 2 for Geneseo from the 39-yard line, their own 39. It's the fullback, Lane Akery, first down, and into the secondary. Breaks a tackle at midfield, and Akery inside the 45, stopped at the 43-yard line of LP.
And that's what we saw a lot of in the sophomore game, as you just mentioned, Lauren. They just keep those legs driving, and they miss tackles. They are not necessarily gang tackling. Even though they did stop us 3 and out in the first drive, it's one man most of the time.
Lane Akery getting the start tonight in place of Brandon Mislow. We expect to have Brandon back next week for the playoffs. And Geneseo has the first down. They start at the 44-yard line here of LP. Snyder's in a setup and throw, fires it out here, completes the pass to Ray Singbush, and Singbush all the way down to the Cavalier 24-yard line.
Nice catch by Race. It was laid out there by Snyder very nicely. Picked up a big gain on the play, got it down to the 24-yard line. Leafs are driving like we really expected on the first drive. Instead of that 3 and out, they're looking good.
20-yard pass completion from Snyder to Singbush. Race and Snyder connected for a 53-yard touchdown pass last week against Streeter. That was the longest pass play of the year.
There's a lot of beef in this LaSalle-Peru defensive line. One 300-pounder came out, the other 300-pounder came in.
We got twins there, twin 300-pound tackles for LP. 1st and 10 from the Cavalier 24. It's Lane Akery running behind Rob Smith. Short run out to the 21. 2nd and 7.
43 is Lane Akery, the ball carrier.
Nathan Frankie also in the middle of that line, along with Jeremy May.
Jacob Aker started last week for Geneseo. He averaged about 4 yards per carry. Did a good job there at the fullback position, filling in for Akery. It's Matt Rowley splitting out wide left on this 2nd and 7 play from the LP 21-yard line. We're scoreless in the first quarter, 3:30 to play. Snyder rolls right, quick pass, completes it. And Lane Akery's going to go into the end zone. It's a Geneseo touchdown. 21-yard touchdown pass to Lane Akery. 10th caller, La Roma Pizza, 944-6171. And you win a free large 2-topping pizza. 10th caller to La Roma Pizza. Live listeners only. Well, that looked pretty easy.
That was way too easy. I'm looking downfield, and Van Doren was open, and Rowley was open on the other side. Singbush was short, and there was nobody covering any of them.
Luke Snyder with the touchdown pass to Akery. Here's Kevin Wolak to get ready to kick this extra point. His kick going towards the forest, and luckily there's a net there, and it's good.
They'd lose a lot of footballs if that net wasn't there.
Geneseo going on a scoring drive, the second time they've touched it tonight, and they lead 7-0 with 3:23 to play in this first quarter. I had to see who caught that football. It was Lane Akery's first catch of the season, and it kind of took me by surprise there.
That was Akery?
Yep, it was Akery.
Well done.
So Lane has a touchdown reception, and for Luke Snyder this season, that is his 5th touchdown pass. And let's check the scoring drive. 6 plays, 70 yards. A 21-yard touchdown pass from Snyder to Lane Akery. Kevin Wolak with the extra point. Took 3 minutes and 9 seconds. And we got 3:23 to play in this first quarter, 7-0 Geneseo.
I was so focused on the fact that Matt Rowley was in, and I expected to try to get him the football. And Van Doren was so wide open down here. He was like nobody within 10 yards of him waving his arms. Then they threw it to the short man, and it was just a walk in. Well-designed play. That they just didn't have anything covered on that one.
Ryan Ganson has the ball on the tee at the 40-yard line, and he's going to get set to kick off to the Cavaliers. Geneseo's done a good job here on kick coverage. They have a speedy return man, and they'll kick it short and kick it away from him, and it's fielded at the 25. And Josh Beard wraps up the return man at about the 32-yard line.
And Pitcher and Mackey and all of his best friends out there jumped on the pile. Beard was the first one to hit him, and Cavaliers start again right there about the 30-yard line, 33-yard line again. It's about where they started last time, and they picked up 1 first down, but the Leafs halted that. So, again, it looked like the Leafs were going to come out maybe just a little flat, and then maybe they did on that first offensive drive, but nice defensive stop and a really well-planned drive.
So we can get a 3 and out here and get the football back. On 1st and 10, Cavaliers from their own 32. They'll swing it out with a quick pass to this near sideline, and the running back tried to put a move on Cooper Humphreys, and Cooper just broke him down, made the tackle for a loss.
Nothing happened, and again, all of his friends were following. It was a great pursuit on that play. It's going to be, like you said, a 4-yard loss, and that was a lateral. If he didn't catch that ball, that ball's live.
Last week, LP had 1 touchdown in their loss to Ottawa. They had a tough night offensively, 4 first downs and 20 total yards. They had 12 plays where they were tackled behind the line of scrimmage. And this one is 2nd and 15. Geneseo will step back a little bit and loosen up in the secondary. Sassano in the pocket, flushed away, and down he goes. He's sacked by Ryan Pitra back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 5.
Pitcher in on the tackle, but Patterson was right behind him, and so was A.J. Marmion. They all wanted a piece of him. He dropped back, and all he could see was white jerseys in his face.
For Ryan Pitra, that's his 6th sack of the season, and Geneseo has 19 on the year. And this offense is kind of playing right into the hands of this Geneseo defense.
The 11 yards they picked up on that first down in their first possession is gone. I think they've gone backwards ever since.
3rd and 19, 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. Geneseo 7, LP 0. Sassano rolls to the right, throws the football deep, and it's incomplete. Trying to come up and make an interception on that. I think that was Singbush, but
Singbush was trying for the interception, well covered by 2 other defenders. And that was kind of a panic throw, and the Cavaliers are going to have to kick it away on 4th and 19.
Second time LP's drive has ended in a punt.
Nicely done by the Maple Leaf defense. Get the football back and start this offensive machine going again.
Matt Rowley standing around the 50-yard line. And he'll watch this one bounce and go out of bounds along the Cavalier sideline. Spotted about the 43 of Geneseo.
That was a wise move just to get away from that one. Wasn't much to be gained by it. Too much risk for the reward on that one.
Looking around at, crowd across the way. Geneseo is facing us, the crowd, and they've got the stands filled over there. They're on the visitor side of the field. Sometimes they kind of flip-flop this a few times. Sometimes we're on this side, on the large side of the field, but with the stands.
I'm not. Yeah, they actually. I think we still have some people over here, but I think I don't know how they do that. Sometimes people put everybody over here.
1st and 10. Lane Acree, the fullback, he's still carrying the pile here, and he's out to about the 46-yard line. He just would not go down, and that's about an 8-yard run.
Drive those legs. That offensive line surge just keeps surging. As long as the offensive line doesn't quit pushing, just keep that pile going down. That was very nice. That's a nice first down when he was hit 2 yards past the line of scrimmage.
11-yard run for Lane Acree. Comes into tonight averaging over 8.5 yards per carry at 207 yards on the year, and most of that all in one game against Ottawa. On 1st and 10 from the 46. Option for Snyder. He'll keep it himself. Breaks a tackle at the 40, down to the 30, the 25, the 20. Stiff arms the guy and carries him another 10 yards, and he stopped inside the 10 at about the 9-yard line.
Nice run by Snyder, but he looked like very close to a horse collar, but 2 officials looking at it. One of them is asking the other one, did you see it? Nope, didn't see it. Okay, they're just going to let it go.
1st and goal, Geneseo from the Cavalier 9-yard line. They wait for the play to come in from the sideline. Last week, Luke Snyder scored on touchdown runs the last 3 times he touched the football against Streeter, and now he's well over 1,000 yards rushing in his 3-year career at quarterback. 110 yards last week for Luke Snyder. They'll go an unbalanced line to the left side, ball on the right hash on 1st and goal. Option to the left. Snyder keeps it, turns it upfield, and is into the end zone. It's a touchdown for the Green Machine. Luke Snyder, a 9-yard run, gives Geneseo a lead of 13-0 with 18 seconds to play in the first quarter. 10th caller to La Roma Pizza, 944-6171. You win a free large 2-topping pizza. Live listeners only must redeem within 1 week. Call La Roma Pizza right now. 2 touchdowns here for Geneseo on their last 2 drives. And Kevin Wolek in to kick the extra point.
That's too easy, Lauren. You're giving away too many pizzas here. That one, actually, Snyder had to dodge a couple people, but he basically walked into the end zone. That was too easy. And again, tacking on some of those yards to his, fine career that he's had here. His 3-year career.
So Geneseo with that extra point by Wolak. It's 14-0. Again, we got about 18 seconds to play in this first quarter from Fellow Stadium in LaSalle-Peru.
Game opened with a kind of a surprising stop by LP with 3 and out for Geneseo, but ever since then there's been no surprises. It's pretty much what we expected. Maple Leafs really controlling the line of scrimmage, blowing people off the line, and here comes your scoring drive.
3 plays, 57 yards, a minute and 25 seconds, a 9-yard touchdown run by Luke Snyder with Kevin Wolek's extra point. It's 14-0. And it was Lane Akery with an 11-yard run. Snyder took it the rest of the way on 2 other plays.
Willis is alone tonight, but he's still keeping up with you. He's getting it all out. He's the man.
Willis Andel, Mr. Stats.
Mr. Stats, getting it done.
So we've got some good career stats from, you got Snyder and Singbush who played 3 years. Their stats are really adding up here career-wise.
So I heard you missed the pizza last week, Lauren, and it's Pat Mitchell's fault. Is that what it was?
Yeah, I believe so, yes. Kickoff from Ganson. It's fielded at the 28. Cavaliers bring it up to about the 34-yard line. That's where they'll start for the 3rd time. We have 14 seconds to play in the first quarter. It's probably the last play coming up.
Yeah, Mitchie's trying to take all my jobs. He's very adept at all of them. I asked him if he wanted to come back this week, but he had some excuse like scouting.
Must be some type of playoff game coming up next week.
It must be a playoff game coming up. At least they think so.
Well, you're a good mentor.
Not in scouting.
Let's take a look at the Cavaliers' offense here as they have 3 good-sized running backs. I think they're linemen behind Sassano. And they'll try a power play and hand it off to number 60, and he comes down the Cavaliers sideline and gets it out to about the 48-yard line and runs out of bounds.
There you go. That's more yardage than they gained all last week.
Eric Gens, 6'2", 235.
They must not have tried that trick play last week. They would have got more than 20 yards.
Put it down at the LP 49-yard line. It's a first down run.
I think they gave it to him because it's senior night.
Well, they'll go with the same formation. They'll probably run it to the other side.
Where's the fridge when you need him?
They'll come right back, same play.
There he comes.
Gens puts his shoulder down. Cooper Humphreys meets him, and he gets into Geneseo territory with 2.8 seconds to play in the first quarter. Geneseo up 14-0. Cavaliers maybe about 5 yards on that play.
You know, the Cavaliers, I'm sure, are having fun with that a little bit, and the fans are kind of getting excited. They've actually picked up a couple first downs here and moving right along. Second short.
We'll spread one receiver wide to the right, and again, it's like a T formation for the Cavaliers. With 3 linemen, 54, 60, and 58, and they hand it off. And looks like they have the first down on the final play of the first quarter. They give it to their 210-pound tackle. So we played one. Geneseo has scored twice in this opening quarter. They lead LaSalle-Peru 14-0 after 1.
This TV50 telecast is sponsored in part by Hazelwood Homes, Geneseo Dairy Queen, Eric Henderson and Greg Anderson of Country Financial, Turpins of Geneseo, Geneseo Telephone Company, Central Bank, B&B Lawn Equipment and Cyclery, Snap Fitness, Vandemore Funeral Homes, Holland & Sons, Northside Rexall Drug, Hammond Henry Hospital, ProTech Auto Body, Farmers National Bank, Please patronize these sponsors and let them know you appreciate their support of this TV50 telecast.
And welcome back. Time to start the second quarter from LaSalle-Peru. Geneseo, the Green Machine, leading the Cavaliers 14-0. We'll see the Cavalier offense come back out on the field after they've picked up a couple first downs here to end the first quarter. They have the football at the Geneseo 40-yard line, going with the old T formation and putting 250-pound linemen in as running backs.
They're having a little fun back there. They got three big boys back there in the running back positions. Now they're talking about each other. Which one do you want to be? The only back they've got in the game is the quarterback.
They line it up here.
Big pile of linemen out there.
They'll give it back to number 54. That's
54, Reed Kozanowski, the ball carrier.
Kozanowski or something like that, you know? He picks up 3 yards on the play. Again, he's 210. The other two guys back there are 235 and about 291. Gain of 3, 2nd and 7.
Lee stiffening up in there. They got Grant Pitcher over the ball at the nose position. Verbeck takes the defensive right side. Mike Murray over here on the left. They're just running that ball right up the middle, and they're big, huge backs. Or they're not backs, they're linemen receiving the ball.
They'll try a pass here, and it's tipped by Pitra, and it goes incomplete. So trying to get Geneseo to come in up on the run, and Pitra read that right away and got his hand on the football.
Actually, it was a nice job. It really wasn't a bad play. Joe Thomas and Singbush over there on the coverage also after Pitra tipped it.
So it's
but they were actually moving the football a little bit with that impressive the backfield average is about 280.
And it's 3rd and 7 as they're at the line of scrimmage. 11-13 to play in the second quarter. And Geneseo able to come in and get him in the backfield. That's Kyle Patterson.
Kyle Patterson. Kyle Patterson didn't care how much he weighed. He got him by the legs, and the rest of the Leafs followed. Rowley coming up. Lane Acree back in the game. Comes up. The big guys. Again, all the big guys in the middle. Pritchard over the ball, and Verbeck and Murray, the bookends.
Right, loss of 2, so it's 4th and 9 for LP. They're at Geneseo 39-yard line. They break the huddle. We'll see if they give us the same formation. So not changing anything up here. They split one receiver out to the right side, and Singbush on him one-on-one. Play fake, play action, rolling left with the football. It's Asano with pressure. He gets hit as he throws the football. It's incomplete. And Lane Acree came in and tattooed him from behind.
They had one receiver downfield. Number 11 is the only green jersey downfield. There's about 4 white jerseys covering him. That was the only chance that anybody catching that was going to be an interception. Good pressure, great pressure on the quarterback, and he got hit just as releasing the football. And the Leafs pick up the ball on downs. It looks like they shouldn't have given up on their big boys running the football. It was actually working for them.
It was. They had a couple first downs out of it, and Geneseo able to stop the Cavaliers on downs. They'll take over with 10-12 to play before halftime. It's 14-0 Green Machine. Justin Kane is in the lineup. He's in a split to the right side with Singbush and Webster on the wings. Acree behind Luke Snyder. Option to the left. Snyder turns it upfield. He's tackled at the 40. It's a gain of 1.
They only had one really guy out there to cover the quarterback, the keep and the pitch. Snyder decided to keep that thing. I don't know how well it would have had if he'd have flipped that ball to Singbush, but they ran the short side, so there wasn't a lot of room there. You know, we're so used to the Geneseo football uniforms haven't changed in so long. We're so used to those uniforms, and something about that pink changes things just a little.
Yeah, a lot of these running backs at least have their ankles wrapped in pink. Breast Cancer Awareness Month in October. Handoff Acree, he's got an opening. Out to the 50, down to the 40. Lane Acree to the 30. And is tackled inside the 20 at about the 18-yard line.
Fullback trying to outrun the defensive back. They were running side by side, but he picked up some nice yards before he's finally brought down. There was a huge hole. I mean, that was enormous. Nobody even was close to touching him. It almost looked like he didn't have the football. It was so big. Like, he couldn't possibly have the football. Nobody even tried to tackle him.
For Acre, that's a run of 44 yards and gives Geneseo a first down at the Cavalier 16-yard line, running right behind Nathan Franke and Nick Brevec on that right side. On first down, sweeping is Singbush. He's got room to run, gets outside the numbers and is tackled at the 5-yard line. Looks to be a first down run for Geneseo.
Pretty sure Race thought he'd be able to juke him in and take it out, but the defenders kind of stuck with him pretty well. Made a really pretty nice little tackle on that thing. Stopped him at the 5-yard line.
And it'll be first and goal to go from the 5, 8:49 to play in the second quarter. Green Machine 14, LaSalle-Peru 0. Michael Hogsey is in a split to the left side. Football on the left hash. Motion by Webster. Give it to Ryan Webster. Coming around the right side, spins his way towards the goal line and stopped just short inside the 1.
He was bouncing off like a pinball. It looked like he was going to bounce his way in there, and then somebody came and just busted him sideways. I'm not positive it wasn't his own man. Somebody came across and stopped his momentum, dropped him right short of the goal line on the 1-yard line.
Play coming in from the Geneseo sideline. Geneseo's going to have a second and goal inside the 1.
Just blow him off the line and hang on to the football.
Webster on the sit-ups at the halfback on the left. And I'll give it to the fullback up the middle. It's a touchdown. So Geneseo has their third score, and I think it's Jacob Aker who scores at number 30. 10th caller to La Roma Pizza, and you win a free large 2-topping pizza. Must redeem within 1 week. Live listeners only, La Roma Pizza 944-6171. 20-0, Geneseo, 7:48 to play in this first half from LaSalle-Peru.
Kevin Woloch's going to make it 21. He's magic. He's got the shoes.
Kicking towards the south end zone and right through the uprights.
He's got those fluorescent shoes going on. He can't use pink tape or clash. Can't have the orange shoes and the pink tape.
No,
it doesn't work.
No, it does not. Kevin's 41 of 43 on extra points this season. And Geneseo has, I think, their 44th touchdown. That's 44 pizzas.
44 pizzas. Hope Aromas doesn't go on broke. Get a lot of advertising, though. Hope some of you folks out there will actually go buy one from them for all the advertising they're doing, giving those free pizzas away.
Geneseo scoring drive, 5 plays, 61 yards, 2 minutes and 24 seconds, 44 of those yards from Lane Akery, and it's Jacob Aker who scores from 1 yard out. Kevin Wolak with the extra point, 21-0 Geneseo, and Jacob Aker has his second touchdown of the season. Ryan Ganson, his soccer season still continuing as they beat Orion Sherrard this week. So good luck with the boys soccer team.
It was nice he had the night off, the evening off, so he could come and play with us.
Right. Here we go to restart the game. Geneseo up 21-0. High kick coming down inside the 10. Bringing it up to this near sideline. Has an opening and fumbles the football. I think Geneseo got it.
I think that might be Kane. I saw Justin Kane go down. See who comes up with the ball. Is that correct?
You got it.
Justin Kane comes up with the football. That ball just kind of jarred loose. And the Leafs are showing no mercy here. 7 minutes and 38 seconds to go in the half. It's 21-0.
First turnover tonight, and Geneseo has the ball inside the 35. They'll start at the 34 of LaSalle-Peru, up by 3 touchdowns. Singbush and Webster on the wings. And Michael Hogsey splits wide left. Snyder to take the snap from Jeremy May. Fakes the Lane Akery, and Snyder keeps it himself. Has a short run to about the 32.
Nice defensive play over there. I think that was number 33. One of the defensive end out there, the stand-up end, he turned that play in, covered the pitch and turned that play in. It was, just a short gain. There's one guy covering 2 people and did a nice job with that.
We're having fun with the PA announcer here at LP. He's trying to entertain or trying to announce, one of the two. I'm not sure. Second down and 8 for Geneseo. Kane is in a split wide right. He just recovered a fumble, and it's Lane Akery trying to bounce around up the middle, and he's going to be stopped for no gain, and he does not go down. They'll just have to blow the whistle as his forward progress was stopped.
Well, you know, we don't claim to be real professional, Lauren. You're very, very close. But the guy up in the booth, Keith already told us if we do that poorly, we're done. He's getting about half of his calls right.
3rd and 8 for Geneseo as they come up to the line of scrimmage. We have 6 minutes and 22 seconds to play before halftime. It's 21-0. Green Machine.
You're not supposed to have alcohol before you go up there.
Snyder's in a roll right to throw. Throws over the middle, wide open, and it's tipped right before it gets to Drew Himmelman. And had that ball not been touched, I think Himmelman makes the catch.
Oh, yeah, that was a nicely thrown ball. If it wouldn't have been tipped and Himmelman would have picked up, he wouldn't even have to die one of those, the super catch that he made a couple weeks ago. And just about reached that ball as it was tipped behind him, but it was just threw it off course enough that threw him off. So it's going to be 4th and about 8. Leafs got a decision here. It's a long field goal.
I think they're going to take a timeout. So timeout by Geneseo. That's going to stop the clock. 6:08 to play in the second quarter. Geneseo 21, LaSalle-Peru 0. Drew Himmelman's had 3 catches this year. 2 have been touchdowns, and the other catch he made was back in Dunlap when it was 95 degrees, and that weather just kind of feels really good right now just thinking about it, you know. But he did set up his catch against Dunlap, did set up that field goal by Kevin Wallach right before the first half against Dunlap.
That's still the best play I've seen all year. That was just phenomenal, that catch he made in the end zone. Diving in. And again, anybody under 6'9" cannot make that catch.
And Keith Kennett had it. I mean, he just had it zeroed in right there. So we have a timeout here at Fellow Stadium.
This is a situation here where on the 32-yard line, if this is a 0-0 game, you know, maybe in the playoffs, tight game, you might try to kick that thing down in the corner instead of going for it and giving the opposition that kind of field position. But with a 21-0 lead, might just try to figure out what you can do to pick up that first down.
And the Geneseo offense is back on the field. They will go for it here. They spread things out. We'll get a pistol formation look with Webster in the slot to the right. Jordan Melke split wide right, and Matt Rowley split wide left. Snap to Snyder, looking right, throwing a deep ball towards the end zone, and a diving attempt by Melke, but led him too far. Looks like he did have the defensive back beat down the sideline, but that pass falls incomplete.
And he was just about a foot short of reaching that ball, so if he was 6'9", he might have had that. It was a really nice effort. Actually, it wasn't a poorly thrown ball, just a hair long, and nice effort by Melke.
So the Green Machine cannot take advantage of that fumble by the Cavaliers, and they give it back to LP. They'll start from about the same spot of the fumble. It's going to be at the 32-yard line. Now we have a whistle on the field, and the Cavaliers want to take a timeout. So a couple back-to-back timeouts here. We're still about midway through this second quarter, 6:02 to play. Coming up at halftime for you listeners back home listening to us live on Friday night, we'll talk about playoffs. So
we will?
Yeah.
Do we know anything?
We don't, but we'll act like we do. How's that sound?
Keith's going to film it. Keith's got some Halloween costumes picked out down here. He's going to film it at halftime maybe, and just some of the fun things.
Well, we do
got
know.
some penguins walking around here. We got some black cats.
We do know we'll probably have a home game for sure.
Yes.
8 will be, with our record. We do know that, so we can at least go out on a limb and say that, a home football game for the playoffs next week.
I think you're pretty safe on that one.
Okay. That's about all we know. Geneseo with 21 points here in the first half. Luke Snyder's got a touchdown run. Lane Akery caught a touchdown pass. And Jacob Aker has a touchdown run. Those are the scores here as we get back to action. LP on the field after their timeout. They start from their own 32. First down. Handoff to the tailback. No gain on the play. Geneseo all over that.
All over that. Joe Thomas is the first one in, got I think a hand on his shoestring, and then about 3 guys hit him. We got Marmion back in the middle again. He disappeared for a couple of plays. I was hoping he wasn't hurt. Acree is playing the stand-up outside linebacker. That moves him out of that middle and lets him stand up on the outside. No, he is in a down position. He moved to the tackle spot.
On 2nd and 9. Snap it back to the quarterback. He completes the pass. And it's a first down, stopped at the 45-yard line of LP. Matt Rowley comes up and makes the tackle.
Well thrown ball, just kind of a quick hitter. There was no time to really put a lot of pressure on the quarterback. Well executed.
The Cavaliers bring in a couple players on the quarterback on this play. It's 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line. 5 minutes to play in this first half. Geneseo up 21-0. Handoff to the tailback and a loss on the play. Geneseo able just to have about everybody back there defensively making the stop.
Pitcher comes out of the pile. Thomas comes out of the pile. All kinds of, got a lot of the backers in there, but we know we got a lot of line search. Marmion was down at the bottom. Acree. And Mike Murray on the far side again. They're all in there.
Loss of 2. It's 2nd and 12.
The two things that the Cavaliers have been successful at is using linemen as running backs and the air game right there.
I think this is 3rd down. Short run there of about short pass. And got to think here. I think they missed it down, didn't they?
No, I think that was they got a first down, and then they ran. The running play was a first down play.
Okay. 3rd down and 6 from the 49-yard line. Cavaliers will spread 2 receivers out to the wide side to the left. Cooper Humphreys and Trevor Craig, one-on-one coverage. Ball is fumbled on the snap by the quarterback, and Geneseo falls on it at the 47-yard line of LP. It's A.J. Marmion.
And Marmion comes up with the football, calmly hands it to the official. He didn't want to celebrate too much. Never did get in the quarterback's hands, just bounced off of his hands. Must have been looking where he's going to do with it before he caught it. And the Leafs get it back on another fumble.
Second fumble tonight that LP has lost. And A.J. Marmion last week at Streeter almost had a scoop and score. Had the ball inside the 5 in his hands and just couldn't come up with it cleanly. Back to the offense for Geneseo. 1st and 10 inside the 50-yard line. Snyder rolls right with pressure, throws and dumps it, and it's incomplete. A little bit too low, but trying to get out to Lane Acree in the right flat and just couldn't hang on to it.
It was catchable, but I think it was just a little bit low, and he was trying to maybe turn and run upfield before he got that low pass. It was a tough one. It didn't hit him in the breadbasket, so a lot of pressure on that quarterback, and you know they probably it must have been some kind of a soft screen. It wasn't a deep screen. Just kind of let him come through and left that running back open on the wing there.
Incomplete pass. It's 2nd and 10. 3:18 to play before halftime. Green Machine ahead 21-0 here at LP. Lane Acree, right tackle, across the 40 and is undercut at about the 38-yard line. Just short of first down. It'll be 3rd and short.
They're going to have to pick up these couple yards here. They're going to find themselves in a tough position again. They went for put the ball in the air on 4th down last possession, and it did not convert.
Matt Rowley brings the play in from Coach Larry Johnson, and he will split out wide to the right. Double wingback formation on 3rd and short. Singbush coming around to this left side, slips and makes the first down as he is stopped at the 34-yard line, and Geneseo will have the clock stopped as the chain gang moves the markers down 10 more yards. And now they'll restart the clock once they get it marked. We're under 2:30 to play before halftime. Geneseo up by 3 scores. Ray Singbush is out of the lineup here. Ryan Pitcher is going to come into the Geneseo backfield, and Jordan Melke will split left. From the 33-yard line of LP.
Maybe we got to check and see what kind of shoes we ought to get for a race.
He's been falling a lot, slipping. Lane Acree up the middle with room to run into the secondary.
Oh.
The 10, the 5. It's a touchdown for Lane Acree from 33 yards. Touchdown, Geneseo. And the 10th caller to La Roma Pizza. You win a free large 2-topping pizza. Live listeners only. La Roma Pizza 944-6171.
Looked like the interstate there for Lane Acree. Big old wide gaping hole. Drive a semi right through that thing, and he might have been a couple guys trying to arm tackle him, but not much. Pretty easy cruising.
Second.
I did see Melke throw a block right at the end there. Drop a guy. He didn't know what hit him.
Extra point on its way from Kevin Wolak, and it is good. 28-0, Green Machine, 1:58 to play before halftime. Lane Acree has his second touchdown on tonight's game.
Got a net on that end too, or they'd lose a lot of footballs. Kind of an interesting little stadium here. It kind of looks like we're, these concrete walls looks like we're in Mexico or someplace. Just a different little look.
I like this stadium. It was built like in 1937, wasn't it? And they did a refurbishment 20 years ago. All right, scoring drive for Geneseo. 4 plays, 47 yards, a minute 35. 33-yard touchdown run by Lane Acree. Kevin Wolak with the extra point, and it's 28-0. And Geneseo is set to kick off and restart this game with under 2 minutes to play before halftime. Ball's on the tee, and we've got the whistle to restart it. High kick from Ganson. Taken at the 10-yard line.
Look out.
And tripped up from behind by Ryan Pitra. Return out to the 31. That's where LaSalle-Peru will start. They've had a couple punts tonight, a turnover, and they've turned the football over on downs in Geneseo territory.
Geneseo, for the most part, has capitalized on those things. A couple of them. Ooh, I'm just watching this kicker down here. Just foot went out from under him. He's getting up. He's trying to decide whether he's okay. The LaSalle-Peru kicker was kicking right in front of us, and his feet went out from under him. It looked like he was on ice. Maybe he's practicing skateboarding.
1st and 10 for the Cavaliers from their own 31-yard line. Geneseo's going to loosen up in the secondary. They pitch it back. The ball is on the ground, and Geneseo falls on it. Ryan Pitcher comes up with it at the Cavalier 25-yard line. 3rd fumble recovery of the season for Ryan Pitcher, and the 3rd turnover tonight by the Cavs.
Well, the hands are cold out there, and this is the coldest football game they've had this year, but they just don't, they look like they got stone hands. They're really just not even able to look the ball in the hands at all. They're trying to run before they got it. It's got to be discouraging. They came out, hoping to have a good senior night, and they're just not executing at all, and the Leafs are taking advantage of these opportunities.
Again, the Cavaliers are 1-7 on the season, winless in the conference. They lost to Dixon 13-10, and right now Geneseo up by 4 scores, has a 1st and 10 at the Cavalier 25. It's Lane Acree up the middle, breaks a tackle, gets inside the 15, and finally is brought down at around the 12-yard line.
Acree was actually touched that time. He did have to break a tackle at the line of scrimmage, motored down for about for a 1st down, and got the ball to the 13-yard line or 12-yard line. Finally was tackled, but boy, there's just blowing some nice holes in the middle. Those guys are blocking well.
Well, we see Drew Himmelman, number 81. Going to split wide to the right, line up at the 10-yard line. Snyder is in a pistol formation behind Jeremy May, takes the snap, looks to Himmelman, puts it up high towards the end zone. Himmelman up to get it. It's a touchdown. Geneseo goes up 34-0 on a Drew Himmelman touchdown catch. and be the 10th caller to La Roma Pizza and win a free large 2-topping pizza. Live listeners only, must redeem within 1 week. La Roma Pizza, 944-6171. There's your guy.
Well, the play we were talking about earlier, you know, that fantastic catch that Hillman had, that's the play that it was supposed to be. It's supposed to be a jump ball vertically, not horizontally. And he actually had to go catch that ball horizontally a couple weeks ago, but this one was just well thrown. It was just a jump ball. You take the big guy, just let him out jump his man and come down with the football. Well executed.
Luke Snyder has his second touchdown pass tonight, and we are waiting the extra point from Kevin Wolak, but we have a player down for LaSalle-Peru, so there is an injury timeout on the field. But a quick score there by the Green Machine. They've seen the Cavaliers turn it over 3 times tonight, and Geneseo has been able to score twice off those 3 turnovers.
We keep traveling from place to place here and think we're going to end up in a warm booth someplace. Keith, we either need a pay raise or a warm booth. I don't know which one we're going to get us. The executive director of TV 50 over here, Keith, he's got us in a great place, so it's a great view.
Well, we're back in the suite next week at Geneseo, so we'll have all the comforts of home.
That's true.
Monitors.
Boy, that instant replay monitor, that makes the game easy. Willis will probably have a spotter. Willis is going crazy. He's running the handwritten board, the computer, and he's his own spotter too. I don't know how you get anything right, Willis. Now we're back.
Time to kick the extra point here after the Geneseo touchdown. And it's Kevin Wolak, number 9. Matt Rowley's going to put the ball down, right down the middle. It's good. 35-0. Geneseo with 75 seconds to play before halftime, and that scoring drive for Geneseo just took 2 plays, 25 yards. 12-yard touchdown pass. Luke Snyder to Drew Himmelman, and it's 35-0.
Kicking those extra points is way too easy for Kevin Wolak. I think they should give somebody else a chance.
Ryan Ganson does have 1 extra point this year. Maybe we'll see him in the second half.
And Ryan obviously does a fine job of kicking the ball. As you mentioned, though, the soccer team is still going, still doing well. Had a fine season to this point. Hope it continues.
Okay, so got the music piping up here right by the speakers. We're on the east side of the stadium with a nice westerly breeze blowing at us.
Is that the speaker, Keith, or is that WGRG coming in on us?
We got the Eagles and Ryan Ganson ready to kick off from the 40-yard line. Glad to have you along with us tonight. We're deep into the second quarter, 35-0 Geneseo with 1:15 to play before halftime.
Talked to some people who said the Eagles concert was great this week. Not to change the subject. Here we go.
That was on tape. It wasn't live, Bob.
35 at the mark.
Kickoff coming down at the 20-yard line. Trying to return it back to the left. And Geneseo's going to wrap them up at around the 37-yard line. That's where LP will start. They fumbled the last 3 times they've touched the football. And Geneseo has built a 35-0 lead off of some of those turnovers.
We got a lot of new people in there now. We get to call out some new names.
It's Geneseo trying to bring in some different personnel here on defense.
Start catching up with some of these guys if I can see the numbers. Looks like Gage Blackert's jumped in on the nose tackle spot. Still got Nick Verbeck over on the left tackle and Murray on the right.
On 1st and 10, LP will hand it off. Short run of about 2 yards as we go under the 1-minute mark of this first half. 35-0 Green Machine.
They've had a couple nice pass plays that have been successful tonight, but the most success they've had is when they put 3 huge linemen in the backfield and let them run the ball up the middle.
We have not seen that formation since.
No, it was actually quite successful.
3 receivers split out. Now they have 4. They receiver in the slot to the left. They'll run the draw play, and it's a first down run for LP inside the Geneseo 40 to about the 39-yard line.
Brought down by Rowley and Pitra. Wow, that's a nice big gainer for him.
Elijah Scott running that ball for LP for a first down. We have a timeout taken by LP.
I think by quite a bit. Must have been their biggest gainer of the first half, wasn't it, Willis?
So
he's shaking his head, yes, but he didn't tell us how much. He's working on it.
35-0 Geneseo. We have 30 seconds to go in this first half of play. And LP has a timeout. We'll have the football back on the next play, 1st and 10 from the Geneseo 40-yard line.
You're competing with Don Denver now. I don't know how you can do it, Lauren.
Well, we've heard Kenny Rogers tonight. We just had a wide range of music.
And you don't think it's amazing that the Eagles can pack the iWireless Center in the Quad Cities? I thought that's amazing. Everybody went, so it was great. All right, back to football.
All right, let's take a look at this Cavalier formation. Again, they'll go 4 receivers, spread it out. 2 receivers left and right, single back next to Sassano. Geneseo will loosen up in the secondary with under 30 seconds to play in this first half. Sassano, no time to throw the footballs and a roll out of the pocket with pressure, and his pass is incomplete at the 30-yard line.
Threw it into the ground. It was just 3-man rush. Marmion was finally putting the pressure on him at the end. He had to throw it into the ground, but just the 3 big boys, there's Rebecca, Murray, and Marmion, putting the heat on him. Nobody stunting. Everybody dropped back in coverage, and they had everybody covered well.
The play took 8 seconds. We have 21 seconds remaining, and it's 2nd and 10 from the Geneseo 40-yard line. LP will break the huddle.
If you can put pressure on the quarterback with 3 guys and drop 8 people back, you're going to have pretty good coverage.
3 receivers split wide left on the wide side of the field. Geneseo will match up with them one-on-one. Sassano rolls left. Quick throw, and it's incomplete. Threw it right in front of Kyle Patterson, and Patterson really no chance of catching that one.
He was the closest receiver, though. If anybody had a chance, it would have been him. 16 seconds left. Clock stopped on the incomplete pass, but 35-0. It's been all Leafs.
5 touchdowns tonight for Geneseo. 14 points in the first quarter and 21 in the second period. Geneseo trying to come up with a stop here in the last 16 seconds. 3rd and 10 for the Cavaliers at the Geneseo 40-yard line. Shotgun formation. Sassano looks to the right, throws, and it's intercepted. Joe Thomas at the 26. Thomas is tackled at the 33.
Oh.
And it's the 4th turnover tonight by the Cavaliers.
He threw that right to Joe. He didn't have to move. He just was in the right spot. Picked that thing off, tried to bring it upfield, and got face mask on the sideline. But the official standing right there didn't see it. We could see it as plain as day, but the official decided he didn't want to call it. I think he maybe feels sorry for him at this point. 9 seconds left and a long ways to go. I would expect they probably just take a knee here and take it into halftime.
Joe Thomas has his 2nd interception on the year, and for Geneseo, that's their 11th team interception. So 9 seconds to play before halftime. Luke Snyder will likely take that knee as backs are behind him, and a kneel down by Luke, and that'll run out the clock here to end the first half of play. Geneseo leading the Cavaliers of LaSalle-Peru at halftime. It's 35-0.
This TV50 telecast is sponsored in part by Hazelwood Homes, Geneseo Dairy Queen, Eric Henderson and Greg Anderson of Country Financial, Turpins of Geneseo, Geneseo Telephone Company, Central Bank, B&B Lawn Equipment and Cyclery, Snap Fitness, Vandemore Funeral Homes, Holland & Sons, Northside Rexall Drug, Hammond Henry Hospital, ProTech Auto Body, Farmers National Bank. Please patronize these sponsors and let them know you appreciate their support of this TV50 telecast.
And we're ready to start the second half of football from LaSalle-Peru. Geneseo leading the Cavaliers 35-0. This is Lauren Lemke along with Bob Pettit. And we're having a good time here tonight with Geneseo just half away from officially making their first Northern Illinois Big 12 Conference Championship on the West Division.
And to come out to kick off again, the Cavaliers deferred in the first half. You get the football for the second half. They have not kept it very long in a lot of situations. 4 turnovers in the first half, 3 fumbles and an interception. The Leafs have capitalized on most of them. They had the football 9 times and scored 7 in the first half. 35-zip.
267 yards of offense in that first half by the Geneseo Green Machine. 214 on the ground, 53 through the air. And Ryan Ganson's ready to get this game underway for the second half. Pooch kick, short, and it's fumbled. Ball is loose, still bouncing around, still loose. And looks like LP might have fell on it. That ball bounced around like a pinball.
This is where we need our instant replay because I want to see how many people that touched. It touched a lot of folks back and forth, and it traveled 5 yards this way and 5 yards that way, and it bounced around off of several players, and LP started with it and ended up with it after all that. I mean, it was not just on the ground, it was up in the air. That was a fun one.
Now, Ryan Ganson, who again plays high school soccer, it kind of looked like you're kind of heading it back and forth there like it was a soccer ball.
Yeah.
So it's LP that maintains possession somehow, and they will start from their own 37-yard line. Geneseo up by 5 touchdowns, and trying to get this to a running clock here in the second half. Again, we see the big formation for LP, and they'll run it up the middle, out into the 40, out to about the 47-yard line of LP. That looks like a first down run.
It is a run. Patterson with the tackle, and Pitcher also in on the tackle, but that was well downfield before they brought him down. Nice hole on the offensive right side of the LaSalle-Peru line.
11-yard run for the Cavaliers. Start this third quarter.
Got Grant Pritchard on the nose.
Big lineup for Geneseo up front. They meet the ball carrier in the backfield, and it's still about a 3-yard run up the middle.
The ball carrier.
And getting up slow for Geneseo. I think that's Pritchard, and he's going to, I think, stay in the game, but he's limping a little bit. Again, he's at the nose guard position for Lane Akery. You get Akery back in the lineup tonight, and Lane in that first half had 130 yards running the ball on 9 carries.
Played some defense tonight, but playing a lot of offense is Akery.
2nd and 7. Give it to the big guy. And he's close to a first down again for LP.
Well, the Leafs, typically very, very good at making halftime adjustments, but there weren't many adjustments to make. And obviously the Cavaliers made a few. They're coming out here pretty strong, and they're driving the ball. They're taking the ball right down the field.
And they got some pretty good size linemen up there. I think we had twin brothers at around 300 pounds for the Cavaliers. And they have a 1st and 10 at the Geneseo 36. Or, sorry, the 41. And ball is fumbled on the handoff, picked up and returned down to the 40-yard line. Joe Thomas at the 30, and he is tackled at the 27-yard line. Joe Thomas with the play.
Talking about making the most of your opportunities, gets his first start here tonight from with the injury from Beef. And he picks up the fumble. I think Marmion got in there and grabbed a hold of the quarterback just as he was trying to receive the football. The ball popped out. Joe Thomas, opportunity, knocks at your door. You pick it up and run.
Thomas with an interception tonight to close out the first half of play, and then starts here with a fumble recovery and nice return as well, about 25 yards.
He should have dreamed just a little bit harder about scoring that touchdown. Maybe those legs would have moved a little faster.
1st and 10, Geneseo, as they try to get another touchdown and put this game into a running clock.
What lineman or linebacker doesn't believe in making a touchdown sometimes?
Oh! Ryan Webster gets the call, and he's dropped for a loss, trying to get around the right end. LP coming up and blitzing and making the stop.
Nobody picked up that blitz, and Ryan thought he was about ready to turn the corner. Everybody was holding their blocks, and the blitz come through an open hole and just kind of knocked him off his feet. Didn't see it coming.
LP was getting some yards from that big, powerful formation of theirs, but you think after that lineman fumbled the ball that he'll be back in there to carry any more tonight?
You know, it's hard to blame one guy when there's 5 turnovers.
Loss on the play. It's 2nd down and 14 from the Cavalier 30-yard line. Geneseo starting to put in some substitutions.
Wide
Pass
open.
is complete. Jacob Van Doren at the 15. He's into the end zone. It's a Green Machine touchdown. Luke Snyder to Jacob Van Doren. It covers 30 yards. 10th caller to La Roma Pizza. You win a free large 2-topping pizza. Live listeners only. Must redeem within 1 week. La Roma Pizza 944-6171.
Once again, 2 receivers downfield. Absolutely nobody within 10 yards of either one of them. Take your pick, Mr. Snyder, because they're just right there. All you got to do is kind of lay it out there somewhere in the vicinity.
And Kevin Wolak will come in here and kick the extra point with Geneseo up 41-0, trying to make it 42. And this kick goes wide left, and so the score remains 41-0. Geneseo, we're in the 3rd quarter, 9:19 to play in this 3rd period.
But it does achieve one of your goals tonight, Lauren. We got a running clock, so it's going to be really hard to come from behind 41-0 with the clock running. The Leafs are going to get this conference championship. Again, 5 turnovers, and the Leafs have capitalized on all but one.
Luke Snyder with the 3 touchdown passes tonight. I don't know when the last time a Geneseo quarterback has thrown 3 touchdowns in one game. I know I had to go back and look and see the last time we had 2 touchdown passes in one game. I think I had to go back about 10 years or so. But
well, again, this is the time you hone your entire game, and that's part of the game that they're going to want to try to develop. Never know what down the line what the opponent's going to give you, and that's one thing this squad has done very well this year is they have taken what the opponent wants to give them. If they want to stop one thing, take something else. They just can't stop everything because the Leafs got a well-rounded attack.
Jacob Van Doren, a sophomore tight end, has his 2nd reception of the year, and it goes for his 1st touchdown.
Glad to see Jacob catch that ball too, because down here on this end, when I think it was Acree got the touchdown pass, Van Doren was open by about 20 yards that time and didn't get the football. This time he did.
Kevin Wolak will kick off. Send this one down inside the 25-yard line. Returned up the middle.
Look out.
And out to the 44-yard line. That's where LP will start. As they try to hang on to the football. They fumbled it 4 times tonight, and they've also turned it over on an interception, so 5 turnovers by the Cavaliers.
Jordan Sanowski, I think, come off the bottom of the pile. Probably a lot of people in on that tackle, but I always try to find that guy that's hanging on to the ankles.
Now we see basically all the starters out for the Geneseo defense, and we'll get you caught up to the guys.
Getting a few new names in there.
I think we've got 12 guys on the field. And that draws, I think, our first penalty tonight.
63, Gage Blacker checks in. Grant Pritchard is in still. But A.J. Marmion obviously missed a lot of time this year. They're going to try to get him just a little bit more experience, I do believe. Got Philip Anderson in.
Yeah, A.J.
How'd Philip do last week when I was missing? He made 2 weeks ago. He made a great tackle for a loss. Celebrated.
I think Phil did get in last week late in that game against Streeter. But yeah, he's fun to watch. Number 27 out there. So Geneseo takes a timeout before actually the penalty flag came out of the referee's pocket. They did have 12 on the field, so they put that back. No penalty. Give Geneseo a timeout.
They're going to put Pritchard on the ball and get Marmion at one of the tackle spots, get him a little experience at the tackle spot. He's missed a lot of time this year.
LP's going to hand it off,
very
and
nice.
a tackle behind the line of scrimmage was by number 32. I think that's King.
That's correct. Josh King on that tackle. Got him behind the line of scrimmage. Michael Hogsey here at the defensive. Am I right? Is that Bailey Weber? can't see the.
That's Hogsey. 86. And it's second and 10. We're running clock here in the second half, third quarter, 8 minutes to play in the third period. Geneseo up 41-0. Pitch it out wide, coming to this near side with room to run at the 40, down to the 30. Bailey Weber makes the tackle at the 25-yard line, but LP showing their speed here. They have a speedy back and a first down run to the Geneseo 25.
Number 4, James Doyle in the ball game for the Cavaliers at quarterback.
They're going to try to. Blackard checks out of the game. I think Carson Krause just come in. Yeah, we got Hogsey on this side and Bailey Weber over on the far side.
Spread it out, 2 receivers to that far side. They'll pitch it back to Scotty, fumbles the football, and Geneseo gets on it. It's another turnover by the Cavaliers. And 64.
That's going to be Krause. He comes up with it. Just called his name for coming in the football game on this very first play.
Right on cue.
Recovers the fumble. And you know the Maple Leafs, that second unit wants to stop just as bad as the first unit, so they get a stop to keep the Cavaliers off the board, running clock. Get the football to the offense at the 29-yard line and see what the second unit offense can do.
Again, the clock
they've had a lot of success this year.
They have. We've seen, we'll have to go back a couple games here. Dixon, they scored 2 touchdowns. Seems like they've at least got a touchdown every time we've put up about 35 or so on a team in the first half. So
going to have Paul Castor bring him to the football. Going to snap the ball.
And we got number 11 in that quarterback. I think that must be a sophomore, no G on the helmet. And mixed up in the backfield, Josh King runs into the quarterback, and it's a loss on the play. And that's probably.
Would that be Lindstrom?
Yeah, Bo. I think it's Bo Lindstrom.
Must be. He's number 10 on the sophomore squad, but.
We're going to go with that.
Okay, yep, we can't give him number 10 because Gansing wears that one.
So Geneseo ahead by 41. They have the football following the Cavalier turnover. Second and 12 from their own 27-yard line.
Zach Mackey in.
Hard count, draws the defensive lineman off sides, and it's a 5-yard penalty on LP.
The offsides on LaSalle-Peru.
So we'll get some of those lost yards back. Will be second down and 7.
Sam Art in the game, Parker Salisbury in the game. Can't catch all the numbers. Zach Shefsky in.
Yeah, 6 turnovers tonight for the Cavaliers, 5 fumbles and an interception. Second and 7, Shanowski with the pitch. Short run to the 33. It'll be 3rd and 6.
Looked like a hole was developing there, but the end kind of squeezed it just a little bit. Had he not pinched that thing, that Shanowski probably could have run for some green.
Bo Lindstrom, sophomore quarterback, breaks the huddle, brings up the troops.
I think that's Kane lined up on the far side. Justin Kane.
Again, number 66 for LP jumps off sides. And now instead of being 3rd and 6, Geneseo has it at 3rd and 1. We'll wait for the play to come back in from Justin Kane.
Once again, the score is 41-0 with 4 minutes left to go here in the third quarter, and the clock is running with that 40-point deficit. And the Leafs are going to win the conference championship and hold it alone.
On the 3rd down and 1 play, King has the first down. He refused to go down up the middle, and Josh King, senior fullback, gives Geneseo a first down at the 40-yard line.
He did not have it initially. He was stopped. It looked like short of the line, right around the line of scrimmage, short of the first down for sure. And the leg drive and the lineman kept driving. Love to see that. The lineman just kept pushing.
So it's 1st and 10, 3 minutes and 20 seconds to play in this third quarter. Sweeping around to this side. is Joey Medina, I believe.
There was Medina.
And Medina has a 7-yard run.
It looked like, again, it looked like he had some yardage wide, and that closed down a little bit, but he did pick up a nice gain. Picked up about 5 on that play, and people moving in and out. Kyle Mayer checks out of the game, as does Josh King. Got a couple fresh guys coming in. Kane comes back in.
Jacob Baker in at fullback. He has a touchdown tonight. And he'll line up behind Bo Lindstrom. And here comes LP offsides again, trying to time the snap count. And third time in this series that they've given the Green Machine 5 yards.
It's going to be really close to a first down if it's not. Yep, they're going to move the chains again. So Leafs get the football. They're across midfield. Love to see the second unit moving that football.
And with this clock continuing to run, it does not stop on penalties, does not stop on change of possession. So we're down to 2 minutes and 10 seconds to play in the third period. Geneseo, for the 8th time this season, have scored at least 31 points in a football game. The first down play goes nowhere, up the middle, trying to get somewhere is Jacob Baker, but he's stuffed right away. Some big guys up there for LP, number 64. 6'4", 331. And he's playing right across from our center.
That's Kasdorf. Paul Kasdorf gets to take on that mountain of a nose tackle.
Second down and 10 for Geneseo.
Got Zach Mackey on one guard and Zach Shefty at the other.
Shanowski in motion. He'll take the toss, coming to the right side, cross the 50, down to the 40, and close to a Geneseo first down inside the 40-yard line. We'll see where they mark it at. Jordan Shanowski running hard.
Nice job, another first down. Better make one quick correction that I think they moved Zach Mackey out to the tackle, and Sam Arndt was playing that guard. And on this tackle over on this side was Parker Salisbury. I think we've been getting these guys, they're doing a nice job. Sometimes they just shuffle kids and people in and back. They're leaving this unit together, letting them drive down the field, give them some time. And as we've seen with a couple of players tonight, you never know when you're going to get called into action.
Shanowski fumbles the football. LP picks it up at the 50, down to the 30, the 20, the 10, and into the end zone, and that play will count. Shanowski fumbling the football. I thought he may have been down, because that ball seemed to come out late when he was getting tackled.
Because obviously nobody calling that thing dead. All the officials were running down the field, nobody waving it dead. So the LaSalle-Peru Cavaliers are actually going to get on the board.
Touchdown counts for LP with 32 seconds to play in this third quarter, and Geneseo up 41-6. Defensive touchdown for LP. They did not have an offensive touchdown last week. In their loss to Ottawa, they scored on a long kick return. And we're waiting for their football to come in. They did not want to kick the Geneseo football. And they're going to line up and kick the extra point.
I understand that.
So they do stop the clock here.
I think Geneseo might have got the LP football out there, though.
And that is good.
Because it obviously didn't have handles on it.
First turnover tonight for Geneseo. They're well in control of this one, though. 41-7 is the score right now with 32 seconds to play in the third quarter.
Since I have quick access to all the Richmond Burton scores, I keep getting those every week, of course, from my connection. But they happen to be playing Harvard this week. Harvard, undefeated and highly ranked in our class, is beating Richmond Burton 14-0. So it looks like Harvard's probably going to end up 9-0. That's going to put them in a really good seeding spot.
Right. They're ahead of us here, according to the latest playoff outlook online from IHSA, and had Harvard lost tonight, and they still might lose, but if they would happen to lose, I think Geneseo would move ahead of them because we'd have a few more playoff points. Harvard only has 23 playoff points coming into tonight, so we'll see what happens.
So I had several reasons to cheer for Richmond Burton tonight, but they are down 14-0 at this point.
Geneseo will get ready to accept this kick with Ryan Pitra and Joey Medina inside the 10-yard line. 41-7 Geneseo. Squib kick. Bailey Weber will catch the ball and just go to his knees, and they'll down it at the 33-yard line. Geneseo, we know the AP polls don't matter as far as the playoff seedings, but this week Geneseo is number 4 in Class 4A. You got Rochester, that's won state the last 3 years in Class 4A, number 1. Evergreen Park, which will probably be in our bracket again this year, is number 2, and Columbia is number 3, and Rock Island Almond number 5. So you've got 3 out of the 5. They're probably going to the north part of the bracket.
So that doesn't have a lot to say about the first round, but as soon as that's over, you never know where you're going to end up or who you're going to get.
Well, we've ended the third quarter here. It's Geneseo 41, LaSalle-Peru 7.
This TV 50 telecast is sponsored in part by Hazelwood Homes, Geneseo Dairy Queen, Eric Henderson and Greg Anderson of Country Financial, Turpins of Geneseo, Geneseo Telephone Company, Central Bank, B&B Lawn Equipment and Cyclery, Snap Fitness, Vandemore Funeral Homes, Holland & Sons, Northside Rexall Drug, Hammond Henry Hospital, ProTech Auto Body, Farmers National Bank. Please patronize these sponsors and let them know you appreciate their support of this TV 50 telecast.
The fourth and final quarter of the regular season coming up here from LaSalle-Peru. Green Machine out in front 41-7 over the Cavaliers, and Geneseo has the football first and 10 from their own 33-yard line. Lauren Lemke with Bob Pettit, and the handoff to the fullback to start this fourth period. A short run across the 35 to about the 36, and that's Josh King, number 32.
Medina also in the backfield, and we are calling the quarterback Bo Lindstrom. We're hoping we're correct, but it's got to be a sophomore, so that would be very, very logical.
We hope Bo's not back in Geneseo listening to us. We hope he's actually on the field here. 2nd and 7, continuous clock in this fourth period. King slips as he gets the football, and back to about the 35 will be 3rd and long. So we're kind of talking there as we enter the third quarter with where things stand as far as the AP polls go this week. Geneseo number 4 in Class 4A, and we played Sycamore earlier in the year, and Sycamore's 8-0. They're rated number 2, or ranked number 2 in the AP poll behind Lombard Montini, and Montini won it last year. Sacred Heart Griffin, team that's in the same conference as Rochester, is rated number 3. So a lot of good football teams out there. We know that, and we've got a good football team here, a great football team this season. So we're looking forward to the playoffs next week. 3rd and 8, sweep play to about the 35, and that's all for Geneseo here on this 3rd down and 9. I'll bring up the 4th down. Jordan Shanowski, maybe a yard on it, and we'll see the punt team. Only the second time Geneseo has had to punt tonight. They had 5 touchdowns in the first half to build a 35-0 lead, and scored a touchdown here to get a running clock. Luke Snyder with 3 touchdown passes. Lane Akery has 1. Jacob Van Doren a 2nd, and Drew Himmelman with the 3rd. And we're waiting for the snap of the ball here. Geneseo maybe a man short on this 4th and 8, as the clock again is running continuously. We're down to 9:50 to play. The punt is blocked. Ball is loose around the 15, and it's picked up by LP. And now a tackle made at the 5-yard line. Block punt. We have a penalty flag down on the near side.
There's a flag down on the play.
And it'll be LP ball at the 5 of the stands.
A lot of confusion going on down there, but there was a flag thrown. It's going to hold up, and apparently that's going to be something they can decline. Yep, that's going to be declined.
LP will decline the penalty.
Legal procedure
Good job, young man.
by
Joe Thomas ended up making the tackle. Otherwise, that ball, the defensive player that picked that ball up would have rambled into the end zone. It would have been their second recovery taken in by the defense.
LP's touchdown tonight was on a fumble recovery. They returned a Geneseo fumble for a touchdown late in the third quarter. Now they block a punt here, and they have the football at the Geneseo 5-yard line. And they're in the shotgun formation. We'll see if Geneseo can keep them out of the end zone. LP has not had an offensive touchdown in 2 games. They throw to the end zone, and it's caught for a touchdown. Looked like Geneseo may have had a chance to tie that ball up, but it got pulled away and goes for a score.
I think the LP receiver actually had the ball in his hands. Geneseo defender tried to get his paws on that thing, but just kind of ripped it away from him. Official wasn't going to have any of it anyway. He just called a score. And it's 13-41.
Pending the extra point by the Cavaliers in this fourth period. 8 minutes and 24 seconds to play in the game in the regular season. And the extra point is good. So we know Cavaliers, this is their last game of the year. They'll be done as they come in here at 1-7. Again, Geneseo 7-1. And win this conference championship. You know, as a coach, Bob, that's so important. One of the big goals you set out each year. And football, the playoffs is kind of the bigger thing, but winning the conference, especially when Geneseo hasn't won it since 2006, it's a big deal. It's
obviously, yeah, we talked about that at halftime just a little bit. You go in steps. The first thing you want to do in the regular season is win your conference, because that everything else falls in place. You know, the playoffs, everything is set up if you do well there. But then once that's over, starting next week, then you really play for the high stakes. That's when you really find out where you stand against the teams in the state, and the really good teams in the state. Because the teams that are under 500 all go home, and some of the teams that are over 500 go home.
I guess the teams came out and lined up at the wrong ends.
That was strange.
That's what happens when you have this fast second half. Everything's just going by way too fast with this continuous clock. So we'll get them right. So Geneseo will head back to the south end zone and receive this kickoff. Again, LP scored 2 consecutive touchdowns, a defensive touchdown, then he blocked a Geneseo punt and set up a 5-yard short field and a touchdown pass. 41-14 is where we stand. Squib kick. And still not picked up. Finally, Geneseo falls on at the 20. And we'll see the Geneseo offense come out onto the field. Luke Snyder tonight, 3 touchdown passes. He had a touchdown run in the first half. Lane Akery has 2 touchdowns, 1 on the ground, 1 through the air. And the other touchdown on the ground was from Jacob Aker.
The running clock issue is that if once you reach that 40 points, it doesn't, and now it's less than 40-point deficit, but it does not change. The clock continues to run. So we will have a running clock through the fourth quarter, and this is not going to take too long. It's still 41-14 in favor of the Maple Leafs. It was 41-0 just not too long ago. And 2 defensive touchdowns by the Cavaliers have changed things just a little.
Kind of expect Geneseo just to take as much time as they can here before they snap the football and just wait for that 5-second count off. And they started here, so they'll snap the ball. With the clock running, it's Joey Medina coming out to the left side, breaks a tackle. Medina out to the 35, still on his feet, and finally is brought down at the 38-yard line. It's a first down run for Joey Medina of 18 yards.
That was sweet.
So Geneseo still playing football.
Yep, that's the best way to run clock. You can wait till the time the start play clock goes down, or you can just kind of run 18 yards at a time and make them move the sticks. They don't even stop the clock for moving sticks or anything in this.
6:45 is the time, and again ticking down in this fourth quarter. That's all we have left to play here at LaSalle-Peru. Geneseo up 41-14. Maple Leafs will line it up at the line of scrimmage, and Bo Lindstrom who's in at quarterback. The sophomore is going to look at the back judge and now take the snap and hand it back to Medina. Same play, left side. Medina to the 50. Medina down the sideline to the 40 and ridden out of bounds at the 35. Joey Medina, another long run.
Was that the Ottawa game that he sprung loose at the end of the game, and basically the Leafs were just trying to run out the clock, and he sprung loose for a touchdown. And he kind of smells that end zone. He didn't want to go down. Good for you, Joey.
Ball at the 35 now of LP.
He's getting some nice blocks at the point of attack too. That play's working. I wonder if it worked to the right side.
Well, the ball's on the left hash right now. We got the wide side to the right. We'll see if we come this way as the clock is under 5:40 to play in the game. 41-14 Green Machine. Medina's on the wing to the right. Now 5 seconds left to snap the ball. Here we come, this side.
Nope.
And a loss on the play.
Not going to work that time.
Janowski is dropped for about a yard loss at the 36-yard line.
One green jersey got in there, put a stop to that, but that actually had a little bit of opportunity to develop if that would have got past that one guy. Been a lot of that, though, with a team like this. You see a lot of, one-man-to-beat situations. Getting to the playoffs, you're going to see a lot more gang tackling, a lot more better pursuit by the entire team.
Right. A little more physical play, too. There's going to be some hitting going on here in the playoffs. 2nd and 11 for Geneseo.
Overload right here.
Try sweeping it, Janowski. 3 yards to the 33-yard line. And it's 3rd down and we'll call it 8.
Clock rolling. I think we got the football with about 8 minutes left, and it's down to 4:19. That running clock helps a lot. It's easy to get an 8-minute drive when that clock's running.
Geneseo will bring the play in. Josh Beard, number 29, comes in with the play with Bo Lindstrom. And they line it up. Beard's going to split out wide left. Under 4 minutes to play in the game. Again, Geneseo waiting for the final seconds of the play clock before they snap it, and they give it up the middle. It's King who gets taken down from his shirt. I think he grabbed his sleeve.
He did. He had the shirt sleeve. If he could have pulled that shirt sleeve loose, he'd have picked up a 1st down. It's going to be 4th and a couple yards.
Leafs 24 moves Duncan.
So it's 4th and 2.
3 minutes and 30 seconds. Clock ticking down, 26, 25. Leafs have to pick up 2 yards here. If they pick up 2 yards, they got a good shot at running the clock out.
Justin Kane brings in the play. See Zach Mackey lining up at right tackle right in front of us on the 4th and 2.
He's also lined up right in front of somebody about 310 pounds.
Lindstrom will take the snap, give it to Medina, trying to sweep to the left, turns it upfield, 1st down at the 20, the 15, Medina to the 10, the 5, dives for the pylon, but comes up just short. Stepped out of bounds, I think, at the 4. Clock.
It looked like he was diving for that pylon. The ball hit the pylon as it usually does when they get the touchdown, but he must have stepped out. They're going to give him at the 3-yard line, and he must have just got 1 foot on that out of bounds line, but did pick up the 1st down, and going to have a hard time running the clock out here with only 3 yards to go.
It is, even with that running clock. So 2:20 to play in the game. Geneseo will line it up at the LP 3-yard line. 1st and goal to go. King lined up behind Bo Lindstrom. We'll see if he gets the call here. He's looking for his 1st score of the year. Josh King, a senior, number 32.
There's the 5-second call.
They'll give it to him up the middle. King near the goal line and just short. Tried stretching that ball out.
Yeah, he did, and the ball came loose, and there's a green jersey fell on it, but
he was down.
Immediately pointed at the ground saying that's down. It's on the 2-foot line. It's inside the 1 by about a foot, so it's about 2 feet from the goal line. 2nd down and 1.5 minutes left to go. Boy, that clock's rolling. They might run the clock out.
Geneseo will line it up inside the 1-yard line. Second down. Medina in motion. King with the carry, trying to get to the end zone, and he's sick. One signals a touchdown, and we'll count it. So it's a Geneseo touchdown for Josh King, and Geneseo goes up 47-14. So 10th caller to La Roma Pizza, 944-6171. And you win a free large 2-topping pizza. Live listeners only, must redeem within 1 week. Give La Roma Pizza a call. One official called a touchdown. The other one we're waiting to see, because he basically had a better view of the play, I thought.
The one on the far side kind of put his hands up kind of nonchalantly. The guy right over the ball looked like he was bored with the whole thing. This guy here didn't do anything at all. Maybe they just want to go home. It's cold. Everybody understands that, but call the game.
Kevin Wolak with the extra point try. Puts it up, and it's good. 48-14 as they change the scoreboard. Geneseo up by 34, 1:18 to play. Josh King with his first touchdown of the season on a short 1-yard run, and helping along that drive was Joey Medina. He had a couple long runs, and then another short run there he almost scored on. And we left it up to Josh King to finish it off for us.
Joey Medina on the same play just had 3 very nice runs, as you mentioned, and obviously there's some blocking goes along with that. That play was just kind of working for him, and once he got outside, he's got quick feet. He can kind of scoot.
Well, we've got a playoff game coming next week. Again, when this airs on Sunday night, Geneseo will know their opponent. And when this airs again Thursday night, we're going to know the opponent and the date and the time. So again, we'll have the game for you next week in Geneseo, and we look forward to bringing you the playoffs here on TV 50. 1:18 to play. That's all that's left in this game. Geneseo up 48-14.
Leafs going to kick off for the 8th time tonight or 9th time tonight. They're getting a lot of exercise at it anyway.
Wolek will just squib this one, takes a high bounce and is fielded at the 30. Out to the 40-yard line, and that's it. So a couple plays left for LP, and that'll probably be it for the game. Again, the clock runs. Does not stop in between possessions.
Sam Arndt hit him high, Shanowski low, and a whole bunch of other guys in between.
I think Geneseo came out and did what they wanted to. Put points on the board, try to get the running clock and get the starters off the field, get healthy and get ready for next week's playoff game.
Can't tell really whether they're going to get a playoff here or not. It looks like maybe they are. They don't seem to be in any big hurry.
And they haven't even, I don't know if they even have put the ball down, have they?
They have not won. They've not indicated that it's set, so they are not going to run a play. It doesn't look like they're just, well, maybe they are. 20 seconds.
20 seconds.
Leafs up 48-14. Game's going to be over.
LP takes a knee here, and that'll finish it off. Geneseo wins their 8th game of the season. They're 8-1 in the regular season. They win the West Division of the Northern Illinois Big 12 Conference. So congratulations to Coach Larry Johnson, the players, and his coaching staff for a conference championship here in 2013.
Not very pretty for the LaSalle-Peru Cavaliers tonight on senior night. They didn't hang on to the football very well. A bunch of turnovers. Was it 5 lost fumbles and an interception?
I think we had 6 total. 6. 5 fumbles and 1 interception.
Yeah, and the Maple Leafs capitalized on them, just kind of dominated every phase of the game and played extremely well. The 14 points by LaSalle-Peru came against the second unit and by the defense. A couple fumble return and a block punt caused the field position situation for LaSalle-Peru to score. But the Cavaliers walking off for the final time this year. They obviously are done. There will be no playoff for them. The Leafs are now just getting ready to prepare for some exciting stuff at the end of the season after the accomplishment, as you mentioned, Lauren, of the regular season championship and the 8-1 record.
Yeah, they end the 99th regular season for Geneseo football with the conference championship, and they move on to their 100th playoff game next week. So good luck next week to the Green Machine. Again, tonight, final score is 48-14. Geneseo with 14 points in the first quarter, 21 in the second quarter. Added another touchdown in the third to get the running clock, and another 7 in the fourth quarter for their 48 points. Luke Snyder tonight had a touchdown run and threw 3 touchdown passes. Lane Akery caught a touchdown pass, also ran for a score. Drew Himmelman with a touchdown reception, and Jacob Van Doren also matched that. And then on the ground, Jacob Aker had a touchdown. We also had a score from Josh King. And we'll get the final stats here from Willis. Rushing the football tonight, Geneseo with 307 rushing yards, 21 first downs, 390 total yards. They had 83 yards passing from Luke Snyder. Lost 1 fumble, they had 1 penalty, and had the football for 31 minutes. 2 punts tonight for Geneseo. LaSalle-Peru with 112 total yards, 2 penalties, they punted twice. They had 6 turnovers tonight. Geneseo taking care of the football and capitalizing on those turnovers. Lane Akery with 130 yards, 75 from Joey Medina, 48 from Luke Snyder, 26 from Ray Singbush. Josh Schnowski had 11 yards. Josh King had 11 as well, and Ryan Webster with 5. Receptions, Akery 21, Singbush 20, 12 from Himmelman, and Van Doren had 30. So Geneseo wins this one 48-14, and we're glad to have you along for our broadcast tonight. We're going to close things out, but we want to thank a few people here before we do sign off. Bob, thanks again for your help on our broadcast. We'll see you next week. Ron Hartman and Geneseo Communications providing TV50's internet streaming. Thanks, Ron. Kim Kennett at the WGRG FM studios. Statistician Willis Andel. Our technical coordinator Keith Kennett. And for you for tuning in to Green Machine Football. We'll see you next week at the playoffs. This is Lauren Lemke. Final score 48-14 Green Machine.